สุขสบายดีเนาะมีทางแฟนรายการที่ว่ากำลังรับฟังเฮาอยู่นะตอนนี้กับรายการความรู้สู่ความบันเทิงหรือว่า edutainment นั่นเองสำหรับมื้อนี้ก็เป็นอีกมื้อนึงอีกแล้วที่ว่าเฮามีแขกพิเศษมาเยี่ยมยามห้องทรงของเฮาเนาะซึ่งว่าเป็นแขกหนุ่ม2คนที่ว่าถ้าว่าไปเบิ่งไลฟ์อยู่ตอนนี้อยู่เพจของเฮา Laoyouth Radio ก็จะฮู้ว่าว่าลีอยู่กันกับทางแขกที่ว่ามื้อนี้เฮาจะมาเว้ากันในของหัวข้อของการที่ว่าเรื่องของการyouth empowerment ต่างๆและรวมไปถึงการที่ว่าวัยหนุ่มของเฮาจะสามารถเฮ็ดอีหยังได้แน่เพื่อว่าสร้างผลกระทบทางบวกให้แก่สังคมของเฮาพร้อมเดียวกันนั้นก็ยังเฮ็ดให้ตัวเองนั้นเป็นคนที่ว่ายังมีความก้าวหน้าหรือว่ายังมีเขาเอิ้นว่ายังมีโอกาสในการเฮ็ดเกี่ยวกับสาขาอาชีพของตัวเองได้ดีอยู่คือเก่าเนาะสำหรับมื้อนี้แขกของเฮา2คนถือว่าพิเศษหลายๆแล้วก็วลีขอถือโอกาสนี้เนาะขออนุญาตท่านผู้ฟังกันแล้วกันที่ว่าจะสัมภาษณ์เป็นภาษาอังกฤษเนาะเพราะว่าแขกของเฮา2คนแม่นเพิ่นมาจากบอนที่ว่าไก่เนาะมาเพื่อท่านผู้ฟังและท่านผู้ชมของรายการของเฮาโดยเฉพาะนั่นเองเนาะตอนนี้เนาะ ladies and gentlemen and I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to our very special guests who travel all the way from Cambodia and so from Japan to Laos and it's our honor to have them today. Please welcome Mr. Isho Kajiwara from the Agriculture and Food Business and he's also JCI Asia Pacific Development Council as well. Yeah, and also please welcome Mr. Heng Khmoy from Lucky Diamond. Wow. And he's also a part of JCI APDC as well. Officer. Please welcome. Yeah.
สบายดี
สบายดีเนาะทุกคนwow. Please show your love.
Sabadi tukun.
Wow. They have been practicing before this and I'm very impressed because the way you say it it's close to perfect pronunciation.
Oh, really?
Anyway, Sabaidi, welcome to our station. And first of all, I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience who are watching us right now or listening to us right now on the radio about probably what do you do and your mission here in Laos.
Right. So my name is Isho and I'm a leader for this project for this visit to Laos. And what I do is agricultural business, but we buy like lots of farm products from farmers, distribute it within Japan or some export it to outside of the country.
Wow.
And do some value-added products. That's the main jobs, but I'm here or we are here as a JCI member to distribute the thinking or platform of JCI to Laos people.
Wow. Wow. So it's a new thing to Laos.
It's very new, yeah.
Wow. And how about you?
Well, basically, I'm Khmoy Heng and I'm from the jewelry industry. And myself, I'm actually a gemologist. That means I'm specialized in grading diamonds and gemstones.
Whoa.
Graduated from GIA, Gemological Institute of America.
Wow.
And of course, I'm a JCI member and I'm a ABDC right now, officer under the leadership of Ishu. He's our counselor.
Oh, I see.
And as he mentioned, we're here to help Lao people get JCI Lao to be fully affiliated.
I see. Right. So you are the diamond expert.
You can say that.
Welcome to Laos again. So, but first of all, I believe that JCI, a lot of young people who are watching us right now would be very interested to hear about. But please also introduce us to JCI. What does JCI stand for and what it is?
Yeah, JCI is Junior Chamber International.
Junior Chamber International.
So all the meanings are important, but junior means that you can officially join from 20 of the age to 40. Some countries you can join from 18, but officially 20 to 40 years old. And international means that we have 117 countries that are members of JCI. And around 150,000 of young people like us is a member of JCI.
Wow, I see. So what's the role actually? I also like I have go through your website as well. I've seen a lot of members, across the world who are doing good things to the society as well. But what is the roles of JCI really, and why do people join as a member in the first place?
Wow, it's definitely has a lot of reason. People have their own reason, their own why. But maybe we can even start with JCI mission or vision. Our vision is to be the global young active citizen, and our mission is to provide developing opportunity for young people, for young active citizens to make positive change, and that is our mission. And
yeah, basically what he said is right, but easy way to say is we do development leadership, and we do business development, and social and society development, and international like friendships or relations. So everybody joins to JCI. Well, with in the beginning, the reasons everybody's different, but by joining JCI, we do a lot of projects or a lot of seminars, and there we develop ourselves to be a better person or more skills, so we can do things for not only for ourselves but involve other people. Like great leader is the one who puts a vision, and then you can have a followers who follows you to make a movement. And that's what we do.
Wow, very interesting. And there are 4 main pillars, right? Very interesting to look at each and everyone. But before going deeper about that, may I ask about the event today that you have just done? So it was quite a very interesting topic. Would you mind sharing with our audience a bit of how was it going and how was the feedback?
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, it was good.
It was our mission too, right? We have a total of 6 missions totally, and it was our mission too, and the participants show some very high interest because our team, we have present our own experience of why we joined JCI.
I see.
And it's a very successful one.
I mean, like our mission here in Laos is to introduce JCI platform, right? And but by explaining what JCI is, it doesn't really reach the people's heart. So
true.
This is our second mission, but we collected some business people who are interested in business opportunities, or some people are interested in our social service, and those guys we tell them, well, how we did through last 4 years for him. To me it's like 8 years in JCI. Wow. But tell them the experiences and what we got or what we learned out of the experiences.
May you share a bit like what you have, what would be like the most key learning that you have got from 8 years and 4 years by being in JCI?
You want to go first?
Okay, to me, well, everybody has different reasons to join JCI, but to me, I used to work and studied in overseas.
I see.
And I didn't really have much connections within Japan. So first reason was to get to know all different kinds of people or business people within the Japan or within my region.
Right.
And but since then, that was my reason to go in. But after that, I realized that if I want to do something great for the city or my generation, my son or my grandchildren in the future, I have to think about my local life as well. So I have to not only think about myself or my family or the company, but also the city has to develop, and the country has to be stable, and the world has to be peaceful. Then I've realized that I have to spend my time with different people from different countries, different thinking, to combine and to find the solutions.
Right, right. For yourself?
Well, for me, definitely I tell my guy, I told everybody the same again and again is for my 3 or 4 years in JCI, it really changed my life. What I mean by that is I found my life purpose in JCI.
Wow.
Yes, it's actually quite amazing in a way, but you know how sometimes people can't find their life purpose, you know. But for me, luckily I found JCI, and it gave me a direction in life, you know.
Right.
For me, let's say you wake up every day, you don't know what to do, right? I'm just blessed, you know. Actually, I'm blessed that my family provided me with most of the things that you need. So it in a way, it doesn't give me any purpose in life because I wake up and then what to do. So I found JCI, and then JCI is so big and so powerful. It creates leaders, it provides developing business opportunity for people, and it makes positive change in the world. And since I joined JCI, it gave me a purpose.
Let me tell you a few things. I mean, JCI is not new ideas. It's been going on for 104 years now.
Wow.
So it has a long history. Because of the long history, they have really strong platform as well. And great leaders actually are from JCI. So we are currently studying right now or learning process, but people who graduate from there, they actually became big leaders. For example, we talked about it today with a seminar today. But John F. Kennedy is a member.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he's a great leader of America. But also he's the one who had the idea to go to the moon, and he actually made it happen, right? And Bill Gates for Microsoft, he's a member as well.
Oh, wow.
Or a lot of prime minister from Japan is graduate from JCI as well.
I see. So a lot of the world leaders were once the members of the JCI. Wow, so that's very interesting to see how being a part of JCI really build up your leadership skills. So how really, like, how can you develop your leadership skill through participating in JCI activities, you think? What would be the main influence?
I mean, JCI system is very simple and easy. Like, I'm saying it's simple because every year we change the positions. So to become a leader, you have to know every different position people's like mind or thoughts or feelings. But first we become academy, the first person to learn, like a student. And from the second year, we become just normal members.
Right.
And after that, normally you get next position and next position, next position. You go higher and higher and higher. So you get to experience all different sort of stuff. And sometimes you're a project director, then you find the budget for it, what's the need for the places, how to execute it, and after the project you define, analyze what was good, what was wrong, and then pass it on to the next person.
Wow. I can see that. Like, you learn from the experiences by implementing a project, working with different people from different backgrounds as well. Wow. And as for your experiences, I would like to ask, like, from your own experience, what would you, like, how would you apply your knowledge by, you know, being an expert in agriculture and expert in diamonds to really contribute to JCI, to really contribute to the you know, social development work?
Wow. Okay, that's
too hard.
Actually for me, I never actually related with Lucky Diamond to, but what I can say is that what I learned from JCI, I could apply it into my business. And of course, actually if I have to answer the question, in my thought, for my company, as it grow bigger and bigger, I'm already have a small percentage in my head that I will have to give back to the people. You know, 10%, 15% of my revenue or whatnot will be into the CSR, will be into doing good deed charity work, because I got that from JCI. So if you had to ask me how I related with Lucky Diamond, with diamond jewelry business, I don't know, but what I can say for now is, of course, in my head, it's definitely some kind of percentage going back. And of course, by the Lucky Diamond Cambodia is an industry that we need people, goldsmiths and, you know, silversmiths, and those are job opportunity. And of course, the bigger company go, you know, the higher chance of giving opportunity to people more work.
Right. And how about yourself?
Well, since I've started JCI, I've created 4 different companies, which is not the big profit, but community service. Pretty much.
Wow.
And to create some branding for my own city, to distribute outside of the town or within Japan. Japanese tourists comes in, foreigners comes in as well. By doing that, everybody are happy in the city, right? And if everybody are happy, then well, finance goes around. People will start to collaborate with each other, help each other out, instead of fighting to each other and, hey, that's my customers, why are you taking that person? Instead of that, at the moment in my city, it's like we are Tokachi. Tokachi is my town name. So we are Tokachi is a slogan, and we go around to many different places to promote together, not individually.
You mean like among the people in the community, or how?
Yeah, and originally, for example, if it's a company sells sweets, B company sells sweets, and C company sells sweets. Originally, before, they'll say, "Oh, mine's better," and that the B company one doesn't taste as good as mine. But now, what they do together is they go together and say, "Oh, my one is like this is good, but his one is also good in this way." So everybody is like a team.
I see. And one more thing before going to asking some questions about how can I be the member, right? But I want to know as well, is it also somehow being more work for you? Because I am sure that you are very busy in your own job, your own career, and also to have, some additional projects for the community, I would say. Is it more work? So in that sense, because like for us as well, we young people, we experience some some work that we work voluntarily for the society, right? And sometimes it's hard to find the balance. Just to want to hear from your point of view, like, do you think it's sustainable in this kind of way, like that you do two things in the same time and put more works into your schedule?
For me, if I have to tell you, is passion. Actually, passion will take you far, and I understand that everybody's busy, and you could say you're busy all the time too. Issues could say he's busy. I could say I am busy. Our team right there could say he's busy, but it's come down to your passion. Because JCI, we do have a value. We do have creeks. We have like about 6 sentences. There's a value in JCI, and for me, I believe in those value. For example, the first one is we believe that God gave a meaning and purpose to human life. And I do believe in that. I do believe that everybody have a purpose, and that's why when I found my purpose, I'm so happy. So it's just your passion. To me, I wouldn't say there's a rule, there's a certain direction that how to follow so that you could be sustainable in this career. But I would have to say study, get to know more about JCI, especially the creek, the value, and then if you have passion for it, you will never give up on it, and you will find time to do it.
Right.
I mean, you're always busy, but that's why we say it's 20 to 40 years old. Until 40 years old, you're young enough to work really hard, like really, really hard, but you're still healthy. But after 40 years old to do like what we do, I think I'm a collapse. I got hospitalized. And anybody can join though. Anybody. I mean, more than 90% of the members are business owners. But some are politicians. And some are teachers, some are employees, and one of the guy who I used to know, he was a cleaner, and he just heard about JCI from his friend, and he joined JCI. He borrowed some money to join the project and stuff. But now he is biggest company for cleaning company in Japan as well.
Wow.
There's a lot of success stories.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say if you join JCI you're gonna be successful, but there's a huge chance of becoming a successful person.
Was it because of the connection as well, or is there any funding body from JCI?
Well, I mean, connection, yes, for sure, because we trust each other and we believe in each other, so we can collaborate anytime if you ask me to do diamond business or my agriculture business. And also, like, your mind changes or you become a leader, so you can think of project in the right way, not for your selfish ways, but the community likes it, And then if there's a need for it, people buys it, people pays for it, it becomes a job.
Wow.
And also, actually, to add on to that is you might have to worry about it because JCI organization usually, for example, when they have projects, usually it's on weekend, on Saturday or Sunday.
I see.
And also, when you form a chapter, your organization or your group, you can decide what time is the meeting. So usually after hour you can meet around 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a meeting. So like I said again, it's not about how busy. It's about how passionate you are and how, do you want to change the world? Do you want to make the world a better place?
Right. It's all about prioritizing. It's not about like, because everybody has the same, like 24 hours in a day. So I believe that if you see the importance in the projects that would contribute the positive change in the community, and I think I totally agree about that. And now I've come to the part that I want to ask about, like, how do we get involved with JCI? Like, I want to be a member, how can I be a part? So when you say anyone can join, is it anyone or is there any qualifications for the member?
Anyone who is over, well, we haven't decided about Laos yet, but anybody who is over 18 years old.
Also it's specific for each country?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You have your own constitution.
Constitution for each country, but JCI as a world is, as I said, 20 to 40 years old, but Laos can be from 18. Yeah, but if you're criminal, if you have a criminal or criminal record, you cannot join. But other than that, everybody can join.
I see. And how about the educational qualification or career? Does it matter as well?
There's none. No requirements.
No requirement. Basically, the JCI is we will happy to have anybody that really want to make a positive change in the world.
I see.
The reason for that is we are the group of people to change people, right? So that person is like not successful yet, not a good leader yet, or doesn't think about the community yet. But those people can change, and we can change them, or we can influence each other to change them. So anybody can join.
Wow. Like they will somehow change as they become a member of JCI.
Yeah, definitely. Like for example, Ishu, he's the local president for his chapter. Even myself, I'm also a local president. But before we can become a local president, we have to become a director first, and then vice president, and then of course executive vice president if necessary, and then you become president. So it's like it takes you 3-4 years before you become president, and that is just local president. And JCI we have world vice president, world president, and so many positions higher and higher. The higher you get, the more leadership skill you will gain.
I see.
And the more connection you have in terms of business as well, if you talk about business.
I see, I see. And it's very interesting to see that many people remain or retain as a member of JCI for many, many years. So that should be some kind of, something that in there, in the mechanism or in the culture as well, that keep motivate people in being a part or participate in these projects. What would you think that are the main factors that motivate the young people really to contribute something back to the society? Something that motivate them.
I mean,
go. I mean, reason could be anything. Everybody are different. Some people are in for, well, I want to be successful in my business. And then maybe that person can start from the business. But during those times, JCI doesn't, we don't do it by ourselves. We make a project with a team. And when you make a project with a team, you meet a great person like him or like the other person or the other person, and you get inspired. And when you get inspired, your mind changes. Well, my business is not only the things that I need to do. Maybe I need to do the social things. Or to do a business better or to make the society better, I have to be a better person myself to develop yourself. So like, the reasons can come in from anything, but people can change you. That's what I think, though.
Yeah, sure. Definitely, it's come from different angle. Different angle. Like me personally, it was personal development first. Like I told a story today about to the seminar that it's funny, but I have to share again. It's like how before I really I was like kind of like go around doing not doing much thing for the community, even my family business. But after that, I realized, you know what, I cannot be like this forever. I always hear success story about successful people. So how can I get there? That's the question in my mind. Then when I look at the JCI platform, I think, wow, this is the place where I can develop myself. And 4 years later, I told everybody today that I hold 3 posts. I'm a president of BNI.
Wow.
I'm a president, of course, JCI right now, and I'm a deputy president for ASEAN Business Association. So that is considered 3-4 years ago, I was just nobody. And after I commit and work really hard in JCI, through a core project, different project, work with different people, develop my leadership skill, and that's how I become who I am right now. It's just that.
Right.
And some people like Ishu said it's for business. And for business, for example, like right now I just met our team. It's always we talk about his business, about whiskey, for example. And to me it was like, wow, that is really cool because my country we don't have that.
Yeah.
So that's just an example
Come
of
to
real.
Yeah.
It's just an example of real action, real stuff right here. There's no we don't talk. It's just to motivate people, but it's real right here.
I think it's all about the principle of the way that you give out, that you give away something good to the society, and in that way you might not realize it, but you also gain something back for yourself as well.
Definitely.
A lot.
100% agree on that.
Now that you mentioned about projects, right, it triggered my curiosity about hearing from your projects, like the experience of having or contributing project. Would you mind sharing with us a bit also about the project that you have run in the past, probably in Japan and in Cambodia or globally as well, if you would like to share some?
Well, there's so many different kinds of projects, like local level to national level to international level, but two projects that I've done I'm really proud of, and that gave me so much experiences. One is a student program, and JCI is a kind of brother-sister relationship with United Nations. United Nations headquarters in New York is donated by JCI.
Wow.
So JCI status is the highest status in United Nations. And there, we wanted those young children in Japan to experience United Nations. So we selected 30 children and divide them into five groups and send them to America and UK, Germany, France, and Russia. And we send the children there, and then Russian children and Japanese children stays in the same hotel, and they work towards to SDGs, UN SDGs.
Wow.
And when they come back to the country, they do a project to each towns, what they have learned, and they go into the company and then create a new product for them or social events or social activities. And those children, it's been 3 years now, and those children are the ones who are in the companies to do really good project now. And that's one biggest project that I've done. And the other one is in Cambodia. Previ here is next to Thailand, borderline. And they used to have a war between Thailand and Cambodia, right? Yes. So that place didn't really have electricity or water or any life kind of support.
Right.
So we didn't want to just give them money. Or we didn't want to just give them water wells, because a lot of people who does it, but few years later, those water doesn't come out, and no more money to fix it. So we thought of creating a job for them. And made a fish pond, and we made local people to run it. And from the profit, 10% of the profit goes into the water wells. And since then, now every house has the water, access to the water, and the big pond is making so much profit that every house has a fish pond now. So they can get their own fish, and out of the fish they can use the water for the veggies, and then have a pig. So, like sustainably their life is changing.
I see.
Wow. Yeah, that's a very great project. I have to admit.
Wow. And how about for yourself? You want to share something, or the same project?
Actually, it's a different project, but it's in Cambodia. But
I see.
It's a really good project. Even myself, as a JCI Cambodia, we are still young actually compared to JCI Japan, and that's why he's our counselor right now. I need to learn a lot from him. But I can share my first project that I did. First project as a JCI. It's called Donation Gate, where we passing away free helmet to people, the bicycle helmet, because in Cambodia there were quite a number of accidents during at the national road. So we call the project called One Helmet, One Life.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then we raised enough fund to sponsor 1,000 helmet, and it was my first time experience, and many people imagine how much life we can save from that, because those people could not afford the helmet in the rural area. And all I can share is that the experience of giving to people, and JCI of course doesn't teach you to use your own money or anything. You're supposed to learn how to raise the fund. And so for me, this was my first time actually how you do this, this first time as being JCI, I don't know much yet, but all I know is that just raise the fund, go around asking, hey, would you donate this much, for people, $20 for one helmet, but you could save life, I did a lot of all that, and then we did the successful project, and then when I got back home, it's funny story, it's a real story. I got back into my home office, I sit by myself, and if you were to record me, I look really stupid in a way, because I start laughing from within. I start smiling, and then it's just amazing how the feeling of giving back to the people can do to you from inside out. And if I had to share a story, I might share that. But my project, it was not as good as the one.
No, every project counts.
Yeah, I believe that every project make an impact in different way. And from hearing from your sharing, I really look forward to you know, having these kind of projects in Laos, and also the collaboration between these regions, and who knows, maybe like with other, you know, like JCI from the other side of the world that could implement or do something together.
Right.
Right. I think it's time to take a break because we have done half an hour talk. Time flies, right? So yeah, we'll go on a little bit of the break, but of course the audience who are watching us right now, you can post your questions or any comments and share with your friends as well. This is a great opportunity that we'll hear more about JCI and what it is, and if you want to be a member, also stay tuned. Nah? So now let's go for a break. Now after this song, we'll come back, so don't go anyway. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back น้องยินดีต้อนรับท่านผู้ฟังกลับสู่รายการข้อมูลสู่ความบันเทิงหรือว่า Edutainment ก่อนที่ว่าจะไปสัมภาษณ์แขกต่อเนาะขอทวนคืนเป็นภาษาลาวน้อยนึงเนาะ so I'll be concluding a bit in Lao so about what we talked about in the previous break เนาะเฮามีทานอิโชและก็ทานเฮงที่ว่าอยู่กับเฮาในมื้อนี้ที่ว่าเพิ่นเป็นตัวแทนมาจากJIC เนาะ JIC JCI sorry JCI หรือว่า Junior Chamber International เนาะ I think I should say the full name so that I wouldn't make a mistake again. Okay, JCI เนาะหรือว่าJunior Chamber International นี่เพิ่นก็เป็นเน็ตเวิร์คของคนหุ้นใหม่ที่ว่าพร้อมมารวมตัวกันเพื่อว่าเฮ็ดโปรเจกต์หรือว่าโครงการต่างๆที่ว่าสร้างผลกระทบทางบวกให้แก่สังคมนั่นเองซึ่งว่าเมื่อกี้นี้เนาะเฮาก็ถามเพิ่นไปว่าผู้ใดที่ว่าจะเข้ามาเป็นสมาชิกหรือว่าเมมเบอร์นี่ต้องเป็นคนใดแดเนาะเพิ่นบอกว่าเพียงแต่ว่าตอนนี้เพิ่นกำลังอยู่ในช่วงเริ่มต้นเนาะฉะนั้นเพียงแต่ว่าท่านนั้นเป็นวัยหนุ่มที่ว่าอายุ18 40 ปีท่านก็จะสามารถเป็นเมมเบอร์หรือว่าสามารถเข้าเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของ JCI ได้เนาะซึ่งเดี๋ยวเฮาสิมาถามเติมมันจะมีหลายๆคำถามเนาะที่ว่าเห็นอยู่ตอนนี้ท่านผู้ฟังที่ว่าคอมเมนต์มาเนาะ so I'll start this break by asking some questions that have been asked here in the comment section. So this person asked, how can I get more information about JCI?
Well, go on JCI.cc online. There's an English website for all of the world. But if you want to find out more about in Laos, then there is a page in Facebook, right? So Facebook JCI Laos.
JCI Laos.
Yeah, research.
Oh, already.
Yeah.
So they'll find all kind of information there. Also the criteria of the members as well.
Not yet, but we can provide that.
Right. Oh, talking about membership, of course we know about the criteria and everything we talked about last break, right? But how can they access to the application? Like how can they start the application process?
Well, we are trying to make a JCI Laos at the moment. So officially we'll start by 2020.
2020.
But now we are getting ready, collecting people who are interested in it, and we can provide the information. So if you go on, access on Facebook JCI Laos, there ask a lot of questions, and if you need some documents, we can provide it.
Sure,
yeah.
Right. So but how can they do right now if they are interested? But since they cannot apply for it yet, right? Can they do something in order to get in touch or to be involved in the network?
Yes.
Just by reaching out to
the Facebook page.
To the Facebook page. No, thank you very much. And there are some comments such as so handsome. To other of you. or maybe for me, probably for me. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, wow. Yeah. So we still have a lot of things to talk about. And last break, we mentioned about leadership, right? That one of the main pillars in JCI is also building or improving the leadership skills. So when it comes to leader, it's different for everybody's perspective, right? But from your perspective or from your point of view, what is a good leader?
Okay. everybody has different image of good leader, right? And good thing about JCI is we have to change our leaders every year. So this year I'm president of my chapter and he's president of his chapter, but we finished in 2019. 2020 there's going to be a new person.
Right.
So you can get to see many different kinds of leaders and then apply for yourself, like do you like the style or not? Or do you want to learn something from him or not as well? And to me the good leader is always really humble. Humble, yeah.
I see.
So like I'm the leader, follow me. I don't like the kind of leadership, but humble but observant. Like looking at everybody's and seeing if the person is doing good or maybe he has a problem with the family or the company, and then go there to talk to him, to support them,
Right.
and then lead them. Like, well, if you're not feeling well, then this time it's okay, but next time like you can do this and this and that, and then if the person becomes better at the skills or contribution, then I think I'm a successful leader for that.
I see. How about yourself?
Well, for me, through my experience in JCI, what I have learned is actually a leader is like a vice versa for me. Like I always tell people that when I'm as a president right now, I say actually I'm the servant. I serve everyone. That means if you look at the organization chart, right, you always see the CEOs up here and sales executive down here somewhere.
Right.
But for me as a leader, actually the chart flip.
Oh,
it's more
like an upside down pyramid.
Yes, yes. To me as a leader of organization or your company, you have to put yourself like that. To me, that's a good leader. And also at the same time, people always emphasize about leadership. They always have training about leadership, but actually they never really emphasize about follower. You know, so for me, if I have to share to people, I think a great leader, you're supposed to be also a great follower.
Totally agree.
You have to know how to be a good follower in order for you to be a good leader. So those things will come together, and that's my perspective. But that's how I in short, that's how I put it like that.
Right.
So yeah, and look after your people that subordinate and care about them. Understand what they do. So.
Right. Do you think you are the kind of like the leaders that you want to be now?
Not right now. I'm still working on it. I mean, of course, there's always the next step. It's so funny, right? It's just like when before I come to president, local president right now, it's like I thought that okay, local president, you good already, right? You prove yourself that you can lead people. But actually, the higher you get, the more you feel like, whoa, there's so much stuff to learn. There's so more things to learn. Yeah, so much more actually.
True. I think it's a journey though. It's not like a certain destination where you reach and that's it. But it's always a journey. It's about like keep improving yourself, I have to say.
You know everything. You should be a leader too.
Yeah.
I'm a good listener. Right.
Remember Isho mentioned that humbleness, that's a very good keyword for me. I think the higher your leadership skill are, the more humble you will have to become, because you understand more like, wow, there's so much bigger. The world is so much stuff, so that's why you become humble. Only when you are, let's say you know all the little knowledge, then you become arrogant because you think that you are on top of the world already. But actually that's not true.
That's not true.
I think the more that you learn, the more you realize that there are many things that you have to learn, like many things that you don't know. So totally agree with that. Right. So if you would have a suggestion to the young people, because our audience are mostly the young people, like the youth, they are watching us right now. I think a lot of them are trying, like to thrive in order to develop their leadership skills as well. Of course, they can be a member of JCI.
That's the first thing, yeah.
But on the daily basis, what would you do to keep improving, this kind of skill?
Well, there's so many ways to do it, but influence others and don't do it by yourself. And try to find the needs of the people of the community.
Right.
Like, always the motivation doesn't come up from yourself, but comes from outside. So if somebody needs it, go and help, or think about how to solve the problem. I think that's a step forward, or every step for leadership comes from that.
Yeah, for me, just join any kind of organizations like JCI. Like before we talk about JCI, but there are, of course, there are many organizations as well. Any projects, just volunteer your time. Just volunteer your time to join. Start from small. Like I said earlier, be a follower. Be a good follower first. And usually a good follower, like I said again, will be a good leader. And last thing, of course, is read. Read a lot of books. Read a lot of books about leadership. Read a book about that can improve yourself. Because as a leader, you're supposed to know at least general knowledge about almost anything.
Right.
So books is very important.
And it's of course like to put yourself into the situation that you have to lead and at the same time follow as well, right? As being in a big group. I can see that you're here in Laos, not just yourself, but with your teams from many countries as well. So I'm very impressed how you like keep the international kind of like working regime going. But is there any system in JCI that, keep the movement and also the projects going in international level? Because it's so hard to, like work together, especially when you're apart or in different countries. But I think JCI is doing quite well in terms of that. What would be the factor?
Well, let me go first, then you can include. Of course, from what my experience is, of course, JCI we have protocol. We have a lot. We have constitution. Most of the constitution are actually similar. It's only a little bit different from each country. So we all know what we do, and we all has one mission, and that's it. We don't have 2 mission or 3 mission. Every JCI member have only one mission, and that is to provide developing opportunity for young people to make positive change. And there's many more, and I'll let Issue add on to that. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, biggest reason is, as he said, we share the same goals, same mission, same values. That's why, like, even though we're from different countries, we know what we are going for. And also for APDC, we have 6 meetings in a year.
6 meetings.
6 meetings, but located in different places. For example, previous one was in Taiwan, and one before was in Korea, and next one we are going is in Estonia. So we have regular meetings to check on our project. If our project is to make JCI Laos and JCI Sri Lanka to form again. So we have 2 countries. That's our assignment. But we do check up on each other and of course communicate on Facebook, Line, social medias, and when we come to the project missions, we talk a lot. We talk a lot, we drink a lot, it's really fun as well.
Well, and I can see like you have members from over 100 countries, and if you are a member here in Laos now of JCI, I'm sure that you'll get the opportunity to meet amazing leaders from a lot of countries. Wow.
Yes.
And I want to come back a bit about the projects though. So I wonder, because you create a lot of projects that like make a positive impact, but how would you come together and decide on a certain project? Like, this is a project that we want to implement, and why?
Okay, go.
Well, it's basically decided by the board of directors.
Oh, I see.
There's one value in JCI. It say the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nation. That means everybody come together and make a decision. Any decision is not based on one man or one woman.
Right.
So usually in a chapter we call ourselves board of director. Those are the officers. They have a regular meeting every month, and we will vote for it. So for example, if JCI in a couple more months we will have more members, and then we will start establishing the official officer, the board of director, and then the board will decide what kind of project that they're going to do and decide as a team.
I see. So the members come up with ideas, and then the board members are the one who select the projects.
You can say it like that.
You can say that too.
I see.
And decide the budget, where the budget comes from, like from the membership fees, or it could be a donation, or we can do sponsors.
It's quite flexible in terms of finding the funding.
Right. And the project is like, you can think about it, but mostly it's like a marketing. You go around to find the problems, and then out of the problems, let's find the solution together, and we have meetings. Okay, how can we solve this problem? How farther do we want to go? So all the decisions are made by people or the group of people.
Right. Right. And of course, in Laos and in our society, I think there are still a lot of gaps that we want to fill, a lot of problems that we want to tackle, and a lot of things that we want to make it better as well. And I believe that this is a true good opportunity for us to be a part and really like make a positive impact in our Laos society as well, right? And since you're here and you have knowledge about projects, what are going on in the world, I just want to have an idea about what is a global trend right now when it comes to the social contribution projects. Like, what are the young people in all over the world are working on right now? Like the, like the hot topic or the trend that are the big issues right now.
Well, biggest project that's going on in the world right now is actually created in Estonia, where we are going for the next meeting. But the project is called World Cleanup Day.
World Cleanup Day.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard about
You've heard about that before? So on the specific day, everyone in the world does a cleanup of your society or community. And then the project has an application. And throughout the year, you take photos of dirty places or lots of rubbish thrown out, and that application has all the maps where the rubbish are. And on the World Cleanup Day, everybody in the world see the application, and if you're near it, you clean up the rubbish. So everybody knows where the rubbish is, and then everybody clean up together.
Right.
That's the biggest things that are going on. But other than that, SDGs is a common word for everybody.
Yeah. And how would you involve the SDGs into the value of JCI? Like, how is it related?
Actually, we will try to do the project related to that, of course. And actually, we got an award. Actually, JCI, we have this thing called award for each local organization that have a good project that make the most impact. It's just to encourage people, motivate people, but and then the criteria were actually based on that SDG.
I see. Wow, very interesting to hear. Wow. So when it comes to this, of course, I can see good like hope in the world from young people and projects that are going on. But of course, I think there are also like two sides for everything, right? So I would like to know about, of course, the opportunities and also the challenges when it comes to the youth when they do something about the social contribution work. Like, what would you think? Like, maybe you share from your own experience. What are the challenging factors that you're facing, and what would be opportunities for maybe the young people out there who are watching us right now to see that this is why we should come together and do something.
I was laughing because actually the challenging for me actually if I had to share is, I would have to say yeah, you're right, it's always two sides of it. It's the family part too. Of course, you will put your extra time right into making world a better place, but as you can see, sometimes the older generation or the parents they don't understand that. If they do, it's great, right? But most parents they don't understand. First of all, they don't know what JCI is. For me, when I told my parents that, hey, I'm gonna on a mission or I'll go work for JCI right now, they would be like, what is it, and why you go waste your time there? But they did not understand or they do not see what I see, that actually we are making a very big movement for the world itself.
Right.
But how can you explain to them? And no matter how much you try to explain to them, they will never understand. And for me, that is a challenge, personal challenge.
I see.
People might have different challenges, but yeah, so you have to share on that.
Well, to me, it's like young people, including me. I'm like 35 years old. But if the listeners are 15 or 16 or 20s or 30s, it doesn't matter. But we're not doing things for us. I mean, young generations, we need to work for the next generation. Because the world is changing so much right now. Well, with the technology, with the population is rising, and maybe food problem in the future, or the climate is going crazy.
Right.
I mean, like, we need to do something about it. Otherwise, we are young, but our children or next generation, like, how can you get married or have children without thinking about them, right? Even you're a student right now, you have to think about the future. Otherwise, well, you have to live only by yourself, or the world is packed with people with no food, and 30 years later, you have to find your own food. You know, like, to prevent that, us like young people has to work really hard and collaborate. It's not only about one country, it's about whole world. So and there's a big chance for us though, because everything is changing right now. So what we used to do or what our parents are doing right now, it doesn't really reflect to the future. So which means that we can create something new. Innovation, new jobs, new ideas, those things create the jobs in communities. So we are, well, I could say we are lucky. We can challenge something new. We don't have to just keep continuing the same thing.
I see. And thank you very much for sharing, because I am asking these questions because I am sure that there are many young people out there who wanted to do something, start doing something, right? But sometimes different people experience different struggles. But I guess, and I also believe that there are also hopes. If you really want to do something, you want to really contribute back to the society, like we have said before, no? If it's about time, you can see it as the prioritizing. If you see it important, then you can really like commit to it and do it anyway. So you also talk about like young people, young generation. How do you think the youth empowerment is important?
It's important. It's actually very important. Sometimes, you know, when you are young, like you might not know. Like I said again, it's similar to my story. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know where to go. And by staying at the right platform, that of course we've been talking about the whole show already. That we JCI, we want to make the world positive change to be a better place. And if we empower them through JCI, we show them the direction at a very young age, they could be better at, you know, when they get older, at around 25 or something, they already know what they're doing. And I think it's important. It's very important.
I mean, like I've talked about it today, but if you're really young and you don't reach like the same thing as us, like make the world into a better place, maybe not. But if you have your dream, and I like everybody to dream, but a specific dream though, and that specific dream is gonna be your passion. And under your passion, if you wanna achieve that passion, then you have to try harder than anybody around you, and you have to make a lot of mistakes, but every mistake you learn and try to be better every time. And then if you keep doing that, then that's gonna be your motivation, and then someday you might reach, okay, I want to do things for other people, not for only my dreams. To achieve everybody's dreams, you cannot achieve it by yourself. You have to involve everybody. So you realize that once you're trying your best towards to your dreams. So.
Did you realize this before joining or after joining JCI?
Pretty much after joining.
Pretty much, yeah.
A little bit of thought was in my head, but didn't think this clear.
It's like it proved to you. It's like it proved to you that it's true. Wow, it's so true. Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for sharing. I think we still have some times, but I think I have a problem with I cannot see the comments. But anyway, if you want to know more about JCI, again, go to their website, jci.cc. So you will see all the informations there. And also JCI Laos. For the Facebook page, if you want to stay put about what's going on, about the news, and also about the application for the members, which are coming soon in 2020. 2020.
We're working on it.
We were working on it.
Yeah, just stay tuned. But I believe that it would be a good opportunity for the young people.
Right.
Because as we talked about it earlier, you think about giving, about doing something good for the society, but at the end you'll be the one who receive more than you have given.
Exactly. She knows
right.
Am
I a member now?
You are more than qualified.
We have some time for you to have your last message that you want to, say to the young Lao people out there who are watching or maybe listening to us right now. Please feel free to speak.
Well, message from me is that dream big, imagine, and do your best, and never give up.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. Yeah, dream big.
You can say a lot. It's okay.
Dream big, and don't ever think that you are too small for anything. I don't care where you're from, where you're born, what kind of society where you from. I don't care, like low or high. Just opportunities out there and just go for it and follow your dream. Dream big, follow dream and do not care how small you are. Because the opportunity will always be there for you if you are looking for it.
That's so true. And so many people are from there and succeeded in their life if they don't give up.
Yeah.
Follow your dream, no? And remember, like they say, you cannot achieve your dream alone. So you have to achieve your dream with your fellows.
Right.
And I can see the good opportunity. Again, I will say it again. In JCI, you meet a lot of like the world leaders, the inspiring leaders who you can learn a lot from as well. So I think today, thank you very much for coming to our program. Thank you ขอบใจหลายๆ I think this episode is going to be very useful for the youth. Even though you are thinking of applying for JCI member or not, but I think you will get a lot from their perspectives on the youth empowerment, about the leadership as well, and about, of course, doing good things to the world, to the society. No? Let me conclude in Lao a bit. No? ขอบใจท่านผู้ฟังหลายๆและก็ท่านผู้ชมที่ว่าชมเฮาอยู่ณตอนนี้เนาะผู้ใดที่ว่ามีหมู่ที่อาจจะสนใจเนาะเกี่ยวกับ JCI ที่ว่าอยากจะเป็นmember หรือว่าอยากจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของเพิ่นเพื่อว่าจะสร้างผลกระทบอันทั้งบวกแล้วก็มีโปรเจกต์หลายๆอย่างที่ว่าสร้างผลดีให้กับสังคมลาวเฮาและรวมไปถึงสังคมโลกนำนะอย่าลืมแชร์คลิปนี้ออกไปหรือว่าแชร์ให้หมู่ผู้ใดที่ว่าน่าสนใจเบิ่งก็ได้เนาะสำหรับมื้อนี้รายการของเฮา Edutainment หรือว่าความรู้สู่ความบันเทิงต้องขอบใจเนาะ Thank you very much for our guest today ขอบใจหลายๆแล้วก็ขอบใจท่านผู้ฟังหลายๆที่ว่าให้การติดตามรับฟังและก็รับชมเนาะสำหรับมื้อนี้วันนี้ทีมงานและก็แขกของเฮาต้องขอลาไปก่อนเนาะขอบใจสปอนเซอร์อีกตื่ม Coca-Cola แล้วก็ Sky Telecom ที่ว่าให้เกียรติสนับสนุนรายการของเฮาในมื้อนี้ขอบใจหลายๆเนาะ So today No, we have to say goodbye, but we hope to have you again. Please come back. Please let us know if you happen to come back to Laos.
We're happy to be here to let you all know we are happy to be here. Very happy to be here.
Oh, please. Thank you very much. ขอบใจหลายๆ So goodbye. See you again soon.